I feel like even sneezing in there you'd break something. But...
We're thinking of maybe changing our plans to go to Kinsale.
Last night we got a text from our ferry company after having our original ferry cancelled.
Hi everyone and welcome to our channel. We are Hannah and Jonny, also known as Finding Our Adventure. In 2020 we converted our Ford Transit to live in full time. Since then we've been on an endless adventure with our two cats Tia and Skye, exploring, living and working in our tiny home. Join us each week for a new episode of Finding Our Adventure.
Good morning everybody and welcome to another episode of Finding Our Adventure. This is our last episode in Ireland, so we're a little bit sad about that, but we've arrived in Bantry this morning and we've just got some fuel. We're about to head into a Lidl to get some supplies. Tia and Skye went for a really nice walk this morning. Tia's actually been on the longest walk she's ever done. She was hiking up the trail up the mountain, which was really nice. And yeah, we're just going to go get some supplies now and then we're going to carry on with our day. We've just arrived at a beach outside of Garretstown on the Wild Atlantic Way. Just going to have a quick lunch break, we think. It's really windy outside and we can hear the sand being blown right up against the van and we're rocking quite a bit, so I think we'll just have a quick stop and then there's a lighthouse we're heading to as well.
Now what? Another way, isn't it? Oh, she's only gone and figured it out. Oh, eggs.
Found a little bit of shelter as we're walking to this other beach. The wind is crazy, so I think we're just going to go see this beach quick and then we're going to carry on our journey.
Okay, so we've made it back. Very windswept, and we're going to make our way now to the old Kinsale head, which is where there is a lighthouse. So hopefully, I'm sure it's probably just as windy there, but hopefully the weather holds out and we can go and see the lighthouse.
We just tried to do the washing up and we have run out of water, so we're heading back inland a little bit to the nearest town, and there is a petrol station with a water tap, so we're going to go and see if we can fill up there. We're thinking of maybe changing our plans to go to Kinsale now, a bit more inland rather than the lighthouse because it's so windy, and we're absolutely exhausted from just walking in the wind for the last half an hour or so. So yeah, I think we're going to go and try and find somewhere a bit more inland, take some shelter and find some water.
So we just got to the tap and it's like a fixed hose, so I couldn't take it off and connect our connector, but I've managed to like shove it into the end of our connector and it seems like it's filling up. I think it's quite low pressure though, so it might take a while, but at least we're able to get some water.
So we just changed our minds again. We made our way to the Old Head Signal Tower, which is actually the most southerly point on the Wild Atlantic Way. It's very windy here, so I thought I'd just tell you a little bit about it before we head outside and explore. So it's actually one of the sites where the HMS
is make it going.
So it's actually, this is one of the sites where RMS Lauretani. So
So the old head signal tower is close to one of the sites of RMS. Lusitania.
RMS Lusitania.
RMS Lusitania. Chop, start again. So the old head signal tower is one of the sites. I've got the giggles. So the old head signal tower is one of the sites for one of the shipwrecks of. No, has it been shipwrecked?
Yeah, there's only one of them. Okay, Hannah's been sacked because she can't do it. So this is Old Head Signal Tower, and it's the site of the RMS Lusitania's sinking. So she was sank by a German U-boat just about, I think it's 11 miles or 18 kilometres or something like that, just off the coast. And she had over 1,100 passengers on board, and apparently because of the sinking it changed the course of war, which accelerated and led to the Allied victory. So we're going to go out now in a minute and have a little explore. We're just talking to you now because of the really bad wind. And there's a golf course, you can see the lighthouse over there, and the museum's just over here, but it's all closed at the moment. So we'll go have a little explore, and then we'll jump back in the van and we'll head off to town. And I've got some cream eggs.
What? Okay, so I'm back inside into the warmth, and we're now heading to Kinsale. We are definitely heading to Kinsale now, which is actually going to be the end of the Wild Atlantic Way journey for us. So you can either start or finish the Wild Atlantic Way there. So we're going to be finishing our journey there.
Well, we started pretty much there as well, didn't we?
We did start there too, yeah. So it's where we, well, near there. We kind of started in Clonakilty. So yeah, that'll be very sad to finish the Wild Atlantic Way, but we've absolutely loved every minute of it, and we're definitely going to be planning another trip to come back and do the rest of it.
We've just arrived in Kinsale, we've parked the van up and we've left the cats, and we're going to go have a little look around town, and then I think we're actually going to stay here tonight. I think you can stay overnight in this car park with what we've read, and then we'll find some more places to explore tomorrow. We're being real tourists at the moment and looking in all the touristy shops, and yeah, feeling like proper tourists, aren't we?
What are you trying to find? We're trying to find a Wild Atlantic Way sticker. I don't know if it exists, but otherwise we found a few Irish stickers that we might get. So yeah, we are feeling like tourists. I kind of want to get maybe a hat. I'm not sure. So yeah, we'll have a bit more of an explore. Alright, so we've treated ourselves this evening to some chips and, well, chicken, not fish and chips. But we thought we'd treat ourselves whilst in Kinsale as we have finished the Wild Atlantic Way. Well, the southern part. So we're going to tuck into this now. And we've got some curry sauce as well that Jonny loves. Where is the curry sauce actually? Did you see it getting put in?
It's wrapped in the chicken.
Oh, okay. Right.
Good morning everybody, it is our last full day in Ireland, and so we're going to go out and make the most of it, and we have checked the ferry times for tomorrow because our original ferry service has been cancelled and changed once again, same as coming out here. They've moved us onto the Irish ferries, so we're going to be going back to Pembroke Dock instead of Fishguard. And we've been given two options. We've either got our original evening ferry crossing, or we've got the option to go on the morning ferry. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to head over to the dock tonight and get the morning ferry because it's supposed to be a lot calmer than the evening. The evening's going to be about 50+ mph winds, and we just think that it was a pretty rough crossing for the cats last time, and that wasn't even anywhere near that sort of wind. So we're going to try to get on the morning ferry, which is going to be calmer, and get the cats back to the UK in calmer weather so it doesn't traumatise them so much. And then that means we've got all day to go pick up our van then, and then head off on our next adventure. But before we do any of that, we're going to go back into town, try find some stickers of island stickers to stick on our van, and then we're going to go explore a few sites before heading back over to the coast. You can already tell it's so much warmer this morning than yesterday evening. It was quite windy and it made quite a wind chill, so we're going to go explore again where it's a bit warmer now, and hopefully find some stickers for our van. And yeah, we're going to go to a fort, we think, afterwards, and then we're going to go try find potentially the Wild Atlantic Way starting sign. Although we've done a bit of research and we think it's on a busy road, so we might not be able to stop, but we'd like to get a photo there before we leave. So this castle behind me is called Desmond Castle. It was built in about 1500, and it's apparently a very good example of a town castle.
So this castle's got a really cool door, and you can look inside the window, and it's really strange. It looks like it's not used. I don't know if you can go inside. It's not open at the moment because everything's out of season. But look how cool this door is. So Kinsale is one of the most colourful towns in Ireland, and you can see all the beautiful colours buildings behind me.
We've just arrived at Charles Fort, which is a massive star fort that was built in 1680 or so, I think, and it remained a British army barracks for over 200 years until Irish independence. So we're going to have a little walk around and go see what we can explore, and probably even try to get the drone up. So the fort itself is absolutely massive, and some of the outer walls are said to be up to 16 metres high, and we're coming up to one of the star shapes here, and it's absolutely massive. It goes right out to the ocean, so I imagine if anyone was trying to attack this, they just wouldn't stand a chance, because obviously you can get shot on from all sides, and trying to scale these walls or anything would just be absolutely impossible with guns and cannons firing at you.
Right, so we've just had some lunch and the sun is shining. We are going to head now to Waterford, which is about a 2-hour drive from Kinsale. So we are going to make our way there now and hopefully spend the afternoon exploring Waterford. This is like prime nap time for the cats, especially when the sun's out as well. It just sends them into like a doze. So now they're like both out of it on the floor, just loving life, and not going to be very happy that we've got a 2-hour drive, but once they settle, once we start driving, they find their spots and they'll be sleeping.
Okay, so we've just driven 2.5 hours to Waterford, and we are in a car park. Going to see if we've got enough coins to pay for the, I think it's like €3.80 or something, and then we're going to head into town and have a little explore around.
Start by inserting card or coins.
Tickets all paid. It was actually only €3.60 for 24 hours, so we could stay here overnight.
Well, it's free parking after 6:30.
Yeah.
So you can stay overnight, but we've got
an early ferry, so we've got an hour drive still, so we're going to go park like we did when we got here at the ferry port, and then it means that we can just literally wake up and roll into the queue for the ferry tomorrow morning.
Yep.
So Waterford is famous for its crystallised glass and all that sort of stuff, and it's actually the oldest city in Ireland, so we're going to go explore now, and we'll take you with us.
So as Jonny said, Waterford's really well known for its crystal glass, and you can go around the factory and actually see it being made, and they have a beautiful shop which sells all of these beautiful chandeliers and glasses and lots of beautiful glassware that you can purchase at a very pricey tag.
So we just got out of the Waterford crystal shop. Very expensive. There's one piece in there for like 40,000 euros. And Hannah said to me, she's like, would you bring your kids in here? And I said, I'm a bit hesitant bringing you in here because she's so clumsy.
Yeah, we were like we were just really trying to not break anything.
Not get too close to anything.
So we didn't stay in there very long.
I feel like even sneezing in there you'd break something. But yeah, very expensive, but not really my taste.
I quite like the glasses. I think it would be quite cool for some really fancy glasses.
I don't think you'd ever use them though, because they'd just be so expensive.
Yeah, maybe not in the van.
Yeah.
And with cats, you know, they might get smashed, but maybe one day.
Yeah, at least we've seen it all day.
Yeah, really cool. So Waterford was voted one of the best places to live in Ireland by the Irish Times, and it's got some great history here. So over 1,000 years ago, the Vikings came and settled here in this beautiful town of Waterford, and they loved it because it's like a really sheltered harbour. So there's lots of museums around here where you can go and read all about the Vikings here and what they did. So we're now just wandering along the riverfront, along where the boats are. The sun's out, and it is our last day in Ireland, really, our last full day, isn't it? So we're going to go and try and make the most of it. So we've just got back. We've bought some treats, some Irish treats with us, which we're going to try later, but we're going to drive now to the harbour so we can then cook some dinner and chill for the evening. Okay, so we've just arrived at the harbour this evening and we're both very tired and hungry and about to eat dinner, but I thought before we eat dinner, I'll show you some Irish goodies that I found. Well, so we got two, I think they're called Blas, spelled B-L-A-A-S. And they are specifically from and made in Waterford, which is where we were today, and they're basically like these white, like doughy rolls, and they're supposed to be really tasty with butter inside, and they're made by Hickey's Bakery. So we're going to give those a go and see what they taste like.
Now you can really smell the yeast in these things. So they're very soft. They almost remind me of a really soft bap, but we've read online not to call them a bap because apparently that's a really bad thing to do. Not allowed. Super soft though. And,
show us how soft they are.
Well, this one's bits.
What does it taste like?
Soft bread.
So you got to put some butter in it.
I don't know if this will spread without just pulling it apart.
Just got to have a big slab of butter in the middle.
Yeah.
Also, we're eating them at the wrong time of day. You're supposed to have them in the morning.
Well.
Before lunch, so we're doing that wrong as well.
Well, somewhere in the world it's morning, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, we wanted to eat them before they went not very nice.
It said they can last a few days though, didn't it?
Mm.
Well, there's you can have that one.
You're supposed to eat it like this.
Oh no, I don't want to eat the whole thing. We just had a massive dinner. I'm
just go on, just have a bite like that.
It's almost like very doughy. I like them.
Nice.
They almost look uncut, how doughy they are, but
and they're very floury as well, aren't they? Nice.
Tasty. Good turn.
I don't know how to describe it. It was really nice. It's really soft. And it does go really nice with the butter.
It's just like very soft bread, isn't it?
Yeah. That's so tasty. Thumbs up for the blah.
Good morning, everybody. So last night we got a text from our ferry company after having our original ferry cancelled that the 8:45 p.m. ferry might be cancelled due to the bad weather. So luckily we had made it to the port because we wanted to get the morning one instead, just because of the cats. And so last night I went into the terminal at about 10 o'clock and there wasn't anyone from our ferry company there, but we were advised to come back at 6:30 this morning to try get on the 8 o'clock, 8:45 one this morning. So I went in and we got transferred over to it. It was very early, feel very sleepy, but we've managed to get onto that ferry. We're like one of the first in the queue just in case. And yeah, we've all been put on that now. Everything's all good. And so we should be crossing and have a smooth crossing. And luckily we did that because I think the ferry this evening is going to be cancelled because of the rough weather. So we should be back in the UK in a few hours and we'll probably pick it up in a little bit.
We have successfully made it off the ferry and we're all a little bit tired, and poor Tia, it was quite bumpy again, so she didn't have a very good time, so she was very soppy when we came to see her again. But we're on the road and we are heading back to Bristol to drop off our motorhome and be reunited with our van. So we're really excited to get back to the van, unpack everything and then head off onto our next adventure.
So guys, that's it. We're back in our van now. We've had an amazing trip around Ireland. We're so glad to be back in our van though, and we're going to be heading off on a new adventure soon. So if you've liked this island adventure, this island series, don't forget to give us a like and a comment down below, and please subscribe to support our channel, and we'll see you guys in the next one.